Hello, welcome back to another episode of Next Station Ronkonkoma. Hello, are you with me?
Sorry.
I am your host, Ashley.
I am your host, Danny. Hello.
What's going on, host Danny?
These fucking cats.
Oh, God. They're just loafing around. Leave them alone.
It's so weird. It's like they're playing Battleship.
Or chess.
Yeah, because they're just in different spots just loafing.
Yeah, they're really good at loafing.
Yeah. I asked Jovi, the wider kitty, before. She has a oversized loaf sign and escort cars.
Wow, rude.
Look at her. Can't even see her legs.
Because she's loafing.
Yeah. Either way. Sorry. Yeah, I know.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening, whenever you may be listening.
Whenever you're listening. Are you driving to work right now? I hope you have a great day at work. Are you in the middle of your work day? Clock back in, get back to work. Have a great day. Are you on your way home from work? I hope you had a good work day. I hope you're on your way home. Have a nice meal. Get some rest. Relax. Kick back. Watch your favorite show. It's my orders. Gotta do it now.
Enjoy. And welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back.
I have a question. What's up? Yeah?
I was gonna say, well, it's not really a question, it's more of a statement. I don't know, whoever noticed or whoever didn't notice, we might have skipped a week.
Why? I knew you. Why you gotta...
Because we have valued listeners that noticed that we skipped a week.
Yeah?
And we owe them an explanation. It was 4th of July. We were fucking busy.
We explained on Instagram. It's all good.
Oh, we did? Shit. I mean, yeah, we did.
Don't worry. You know, we just gotta stop making false promises. That's all. We're just not gonna say Tuesdays at 8 a.m. anymore. We're just not.
What? You can't ruin my spiel.
Danny's very serious about his spiel.
I am. I gotta sit there.
How do you spell spiel? How do you spell spiel?
I'm not sure. Spiel. S starts with an S. I don't know.
Haven't done our irrational spelling bee in a while.
What?
That could be.
It's because we missed the homie. He used to sit right there.
We do.
Not at this table though, or in this house.
Yeah.
Never mind. He was just in Studio 2.
Studio 2.
Yeah. He used to sit
2.0.
2.0.
Yeah. But yeah. It happens. We skip weeks here and there.
We're not perfect. We have a lot going on.
Yeah. It's busy, it happens, and it's probably gonna happen again, so
yeah.
Just, if you miss us too much the week that we skip, there's plenty of episodes to go back and listen to.
Some of our valued listeners. Are you fucking kidding me? Some of our valued...
We're podcasting here.
Yeah, that stupid fucking cat started scratching the chair I'm sitting in. Sorry. Look at him. He's being a fucking bully. I'm sorry. I got distracted. Fucking cat.
What else is new?
What I was going to say was some of our valued listeners may have listened to all of the episodes already. So...
Yeah. And that's when we hear from them and they say, wow, unreal. No episode this week.
Yeah, it's true.
Or, yeah, I noticed. It's like, okay. Sorry about that.
But the thing is, we're here now. We're back.
That's what's important.
Exactly. So.
That was your statement, not a question, but I had a question.
Please, what is your question?
Why in the world why does anybody, let alone doctors' offices, still use fax machines?
Because...
In 2024.
Because then you get a hard copy.
Fuck your hard copy. It's 2024.
Some people need the hard copy.
But it's not an original. The fuck does it matter?
It's still a hard
Guess what you could do if you get an email? You could print it, make it a hard copy.
Well,
Same shit.
You're just directly sending them a hard copy. That's what they want.
But you're not, because guess what? They never fucking get it. Literally ever. And they blame each other.
Yeah.
Oh, this person never sent it. Oh, I don't know. We never got it. It's like, come on, stop using fax machines. Can we just stop?
I can.
We have email. We have regular mail, for God's sake.
I haven't used a fax machine and I can't tell you how long, so I'm doing my part there.
By not.
Yeah.
It's just it's a little ridiculous.
I'm sure it could be very frustrating.
It's a little, yeah. Especially with doctor's offices. It's like, oh, have your doctor fax this. It's like, okay, cool. Hey, doctor, can you fax this to this doctor? Sure. 10 days later, hey, did you ever get that fax? No. Cool. So now I got to do your fucking job and go follow up with the doc. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Get it together.
Doctor's offices are just a whole nother spiel of their own.
Well, yeah, it's a whole ass thing.
Whole ass.
Yeah, like at work, at my job, it's rare, but I've had to fax every once in a while.
Okay.
But also, why?
Because they want hard copies.
I have a scanner. I have an email. Leave me alone.
Some people are stuck in their ways.
Yeah.
Very much stuck in their ways.
It's it's got to go. Yeah, that was my question.
Okay. I don't have a valid answer for your question. I'm sorry.
Maybe I'll start a petition.
There you go.
Ban fax machines.
Get some signatures.
Because they're fucking useless.
Get 1,000 signatures. I'm sure something will happen. You might have to fax that list to whoever wants it.
Yeah.
Get 1,000 signatures and then just fax them over.
To Epson.
Yeah, sure. I don't know either, but somebody.
It's the only fax machine I know. Yeah. I have another question. Oh, do you have a question first?
No,
I can let you go.
You can go ahead.
I can. I don't. Well, it wasn't. I didn't really have another question. It was a statement.
Okay.
I was doing what you did before.
Let's hear your statement.
So speaking of old school ways and shit, I saw this thing. I don't remember what it said. I didn't save it either, but I'll paraphrase. Basically talking about our generation, the current generation that's in their 20s, 30s, millennials, I guess.
Okay.
If you will, versus said millennials' parents.
Okay.
And it's like, if you think about you, if you are a millennial, and then think about your parents when they were at your age that you're at now.
Yeah.
Totally different lives, for the most part. For the most part. And that's becoming more and more common. I don't like going down internet rabbit holes. It's just not a good idea. It's not a good idea whatsoever. You start coming across conspiracy theories, and it's just fucking wild. You
love going down internet rabbit holes.
I don't.
I yell at you all the time. Stop Googling shit.
No, you yell at me for Googling my health condition symptoms.
Yeah.
That's different.
Every time you look up what's going on with your health on Google, you're like, I have cancer, I'm dying. Like, no. Stop that.
No, that's totally different.
Not really, but okay.
But no, there's a whole rabbit hole right now.
Okay.
With our generation, and less people are having kids. That's a thing.
Yeah.
Now, I guess our generation, even the younger generation, below us, like, whatever. So, but yeah, it's like, if you think about the age you're at now, somewhere around like 30, let's say,
Okay.
with this generation, and then you think about where your parents were when they were 30.
Very different place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's just, I just saw something like, you know, the majority of people at that age right now, like, can say that it was totally different. But then it's like, you know, the economy was obviously very different.
Yeah.
The fucking world was very different.
People our age are still like struggling to try and buy their own house.
Yeah, it's just not happening nowadays.
Yeah.
It's just, it's impossible.
With the prices, with the interest rates, with the market, everything is just, but not just housing, just everything in general. Like, an older way of thinking was, you know, get a job, get a good job that's got a pension and stay there forever. Mm-hmm. That was your key to success. Get a job with like the local town municipality, the water company, with the electric company, whatever. Like, get one of those jobs, or like the railroad or whatever. Like,
Right.
with a pension and a good 401k and stock options, and just get in, start at the bottom, work your way to the top, and just stay there forever. And that is your key to success.
Right. One of those quote unquote secure jobs.
Right. That was a very big way of thinking back in the day.
Yeah.
And more people nowadays, is like millennials or the next generation also, they're like, no, I want to work smarter, not harder, and I don't want to do that.
Or don't want to work for anybody in general.
Right.
There's a lot more of that nowadays, entrepreneurship.
Yeah. And that's the whole entrepreneurial thing could be like, it could have gotten a little more heightened with COVID
Yeah.
because people got laid off from their jobs, or
Working from home.
work from home, had to stay home because, you know, couldn't go to the office because of COVID, whatever. But like, some people just in their natural brain just like don't want to work for anybody else or with other people sometimes too. Like, some people just want to go out and start their own business by themselves and just do their own thing. But it's not easy either. You know, everyone on Instagram or on the internet is like, oh, it's so easy. Just do this, this, and this.
Yeah.
With this $30,000 you have laying around, and you can start and be your own boss.
Yeah.
And it's like, that sounds great, but that's not totally doable at this point in time.
Yeah. Just follow these 4 steps. Easy peasy.
Exactly.
It's like, bro, that's not how it works.
Exactly. But they will sell you their get rich quick scheme / guide
Yeah.
for like $15.99 on Instagram. But like, just do these 4 steps and you'll be a millionaire overnight.
Yeah.
But either way, what I'm trying to say is the mindset was like very different when they were 30 compared to when now we are 30. Like, I'm basically disagreeing with you.
And that could also be because of the world and the economy, whatever, like, or like the younger generation now, like, we have to think outside the box to like make a living. And like, you know, we started to be forced to like, you know, like no, your 9-to-5 job isn't even enough anymore.
Right.
Like, what else are you gonna do?
Exactly.
Or like, you know, it's very different. But like, you know, I said to my mom the other day, I'm like, when you were my age, you had 3 kids.
Yeah.
Like, I have 2 cats and I'm stressed. The fuck?
But, well, another thing, like you said about the whole 9-to-5 job not being enough, like when we were in New York, it's like one job, especially for a household, just one person having a job, that's just not enough, period.
No.
But even down here, like, my coworkers, they're like looking for other incomes while they're like trying to do their job. And like, well, not at the same time, but like after work. I want to go do this. I want to like paint a house or detail a car or this. Like, I need extra income. And it's just like, you know, I thought we moved down here for the lower cost of living.
Well, you're talking about that's a little different.
What I'm trying to say is, for them and the way that they were raised and their costs, it's still not enough for them here. Like, we moved down here and it's like, wow, it's such a difference, but
we both work full time,
right?
And we don't have kids,
right? But what
I'm saying, like, that's a little different if it's coming from, let's say, a guy that has a wife that stays home with their 3-4 kids, like
5
which is
kids. Like,
yeah, very common here.
Yeah.
So that's a little different.
Yeah, but
like obviously you need a little more income for that.
Right. I'm just like, what I'm saying is, like, everyone's situation is different, but the common thing is just like, it's not enough with whatever income you do have coming in, with whatever bills you have to pay. It's like,
yeah, well, that's just a whole nother story in itself. Like
the economy
right now.
But I'm just saying, like, our parents, when they were our age compared to now us and this age, like, at the same age, just different time settings.
Yeah.
It was much easier to buy a house and start a family at their age, when they were our age, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Different world.
Much different world.
Crazy to think about. Yeah. I also saw this meme the other day that said, "Be patient with me. This is my first time on Earth." And Danny read that. He's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not trying to get all philosophical on you again, but it just sparked something in my brain, and I was like, So it was it's just a funny thing, like, be patient with me. It's my first time here, haha. But, like, what if it really is? And what if, like, the super smart and super successful people that are on Earth right now, what if it's not their first time here? What if it's not their first rodeo? What if, like, they've done this before? Don't sigh at me.
I'm not sighing at you. I'm just sighing at this whole idea of, like, I don't even know. I don't have an answer. I don't know what to say.
That's the point of a philosophical question. There is no answer. It's just a discussion. So, like, what?
I don't think I did good in philosophy in college.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'll just talk to myself. I'll talk to our listeners.
Please.
So, yeah, like, what if, fucking Bill Gates and Steve Jobs and I don't know,
Warren Buffett.
These people that, I don't know these people's names. Either way, like, what if they've done this before? Like, they've been on Earth, they've done life, they know what's going on, and then they came back, reincarnated or whatever, if you will, and they're doing this again, and they're like, well, now I got more knowledge. Like, it's my second, maybe third time around. I got this.
Yeah. Look
at all this shit I'm coming up with now. I'm just saying.
It's I don't know. I get what you're saying, but, like,
Danny stresses out when I talk about these things.
My whole thing is, as far as that goes, like, a lot of successful business people, male and or female, they.
Sorry.
What? I'm including everybody.
You just said and or.
I'm not. Okay. I'm not here to judge. What I'm saying is like, many successful business people, they've tried one business, failed, learned from their mistakes, and tried again.
In another life.
Or in their current life.
Yeah.
You know, it
all the time.
Some people, they fail one time and they just give up. And they're just like, all right, I'm just going to work for somebody else. But other people fail, learn the lesson, and don't do it again, but start a different business or the same business again and just do it all over again and
A different way.
Learn from it. What?
In a different way.
Yeah. So I like to feel like maybe that's more of the case of what you're talking about, but
Yeah, that's definitely true too. Most of these very successful people have failed many times before. And then even like the people that are super successful and decided when they were in college, like they didn't need college anymore.
Yeah.
Dropped out of college and did their thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's plenty of that too.
Funny story, not funny story, but quick story. Me and this person I'm about to talk about, like, we're not even friends, like, but we went to the same school. And all throughout, I want to say mainly high school, he walked around with a duffel bag and he would sell candy. Like, he would go to Costco, buy the...
Oh, I don't know what you were about to say.
He would go
Sketchy.
Yeah. He would go to Costco and buy, like, the big things of candy and then sell them throughout school for, like, $1.
They let him do that?
Well, it was in a duffel bag. It was low key. But, like,
Yeah, that's low key.
yeah. But he did it, and everyone knew, like, this kid was hustling candy out of a duffel bag in school. But that was all throughout high school. Now he owns I believe he definitely owns it. I want to say successful, like, high-end car rental company. Like Rolls Royce, Bentley, Lamborghinis. Like, he was a somewhat entrepreneur. Well, he was definitely an entrepreneur in high school, selling candy. Like, buy low, sell high type of deal. But now he's continuing on that journey, just upgraded. Instead of selling candy, now he's renting out high-end cars.
Yeah.
But, you know...
You already had that, like, mindset.
Exactly. You know, you start with one thing and you just keep building on it.
Yeah.
Good for him. Like I said, we're not friends, like, but...
Did we see him at a strip facility at one time?
It's... No, you're talking about somebody else.
Okay.
That person, he owns high-end cars and a yacht, and I believe he does commercial real estate. He is also doing very well for himself.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. Like, he drives, he like dailies Ferraris and stuff. We saw him at a adult facility, yes. He was throwing bands of singles. Good for him.
I just thought maybe that was who you're talking about.
But you know what? That was pretty adorable. Like, he posts on social media pictures of, like, taking his son out to, like, fancy dinners, like father-son dinner, like expected
Before he heads to gossip.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't bring his son with him. His son's too young.
Not yet.
Yeah.
That's cute when you see, like, parents, like, I've seen sometimes, like, you know, parents will take their little kid on, like, a date day or whatever, like a date night.
Yeah.
It's like they say, you know, they're trying to, like, show them, like, to, like, that they should be treated well and, like, you know, kind of setting them up for that, like,
exactly
mindset. I feel like some people disagree, like, oh, like, you're setting their standards too high.
Well,
It's like, well, why not? Like, everybody deserves that, like,
yeah,
to be treated well.
everyone deserves to be treated well, but sometimes, like, maybe not the most expensive restaurant on the strip.
Yeah, I'm not saying, like,
You're setting
you know,
future significant other up for failure at that point.
right? Like the fucking that list that went out. That's like, if somebody brings you on a first date or whatever to Cheesecake Factory. That was, like, the number one, like, red flag.
Yeah.
Like, fucking relax. Who doesn't like... All right, well, Danny doesn't like Cheesecake Factory, but...
Everyone that's listened to this entirety, the entirety of this podcast knows
Yeah.
I am not a fan of Cheesecake Factory, but
We will be back very soon. Got
Yeah.
another gift card.
why did I buy a gift card?
Everybody also knows that we only go if we have a gift card. Because Danny just doesn't want to.
But I bought the fucking gift card this time.
That's a loose way of putting it.
All right.
You used points.
Moving on. We're going to segue right into story time here.
Okay.
Are you done with your philosophical mindset?
I guess so, for now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. So we have some. We're gonna do a little bit of a life update. Like I said before, we've been pretty busy.
Like we say that every time.
That's true, but we are
It's just inevitable. Is that the word?
inevitable. We're always gonna be busy. No,
Implied.
it should be implied. that
That's
we're
what I'm
always busy.
saying, like-
Okay. Well, either way, what I was gonna say is that I've been busy. We've both been busy, but
Saying it again.
yep, because it's true. So I started a new job a week ago today because I decided that working almost 70 hours a week just wasn't really my thing per se. I wanted to be able to spend more time at home in this house I'm paying for that I never used to see, but now I get to see a little bit more of it. And so I decided, you know what? Nothing's going to change unless I change it.
Practice what you preach.
Right. So now I went from rolling groceries to now I'm back to rolling beverage. And I'm pretty happy with it right now. I realized that I was extremely spoiled in my last job.
Well, not this
Not
job.
this past job. Back when I was in New York, the
Yeah.
job I was with, me and Chris were working together, and I had my helper Alexis, and I was living a dream there. And now I know that, but it's all good because you know what? I'm just gonna make that happen again here. But either way, so I should not be working as many hours. I should be able to. We shouldn't have another missed podcast episode for quite a while now. And but yeah, just an update. Just wanted to say I started a new job and I shouldn't be working nearly as many hours, hopefully, but we'll see. Back to rolling beverage,
Yeah.
but I shouldn't. This job, I'm not going to be leaving the state as much unless it's vacation. Like we don't go out of state to Kentucky or Georgia anymore like I used to, and
That's a plus.
It is. It's a plus. Usually these routes were like in the same area for most of the day, so it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Also, another update, like I said, new job, and I remember the last episode I talked about the Primos helped me out at Buc-ee's get my truck started because they knew what was going on and I didn't. Finally got in to look at it. I had a buddy of mine come over, we took a look, and I need to replace the fuel lines, so we're gonna get that done soon. He's gonna come back over, fix the truck, throw some burgers on the grill, and have a good time.
You say that now until you're cursing.
I find working on my vehicles therapeutic
Yeah.
as I'm cursing them. It's fine. It's a good time.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. What else was I gonna say? Oh. So I've come to the realization, not just me coming to, like Ashley also mentioned it too, but
What'd I do?
I have a habit of over explaining things.
Oh.
And I don't try to sound condescending. That's not the point. It's just a matter of I hate when people don't explain enough on certain things. I hate doing extra work that's not needed, but but it's only because someone didn't explain something fully to me or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole work smarter not harder deal. Like sometimes you have to explain it a little bit more so I know what's going on, but so I choose Well, I don't choose to. I just automatically over-explain certain situations.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, it's...
But then sometimes it like depends. Sometimes you start telling a story and I gotta be like, wait a minute, like start over. I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah.
You left way too many details out. Rewind.
When I'm telling a story, sometimes I I forget to relay certain details, but like,
yeah,
I'm more or less talking about when I'm explaining how to do something.
Right. Yeah.
Like, then I seem to over-explain sometimes.
Right. And repeat things and...
Right.
Yeah.
I'm also a big person of like, if you have any questions, ask me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you ask me the same question 10 times over. I want you to ask me so you don't do it wrong. So we have to fix it.
Right.
And so still some people just don't ask me and then they do it wrong. Then I got to fix it and I get pissed off. But either way.
Yeah. That's why we're very big on just let me do it myself.
Right. But still, if I over-explain something to you, to anybody, to the listeners, whatever, just like, yo, relax. I get it. I got it.
Relax.
Yeah, but I know I over-explain things. Especially it's like, if you don't get it, and I know you don't get it, then I'll over-explain it. And then it's like, I'm not trying to be condescending or being an asshole. I'm just like, trying to make sure you understand. But
yeah. Yeah, it's definitely better than not explaining enough, I think.
Right.
I would say.
But like it's because I hate when people try to explain something to me and then I don't understand it. And then it's like, all right, cool, figure it out, see you later, bye. I'm like, wait, no, this doesn't work.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to be doing here? Or it's because I lost focus on what they were saying to me and I zoned out for a second. And I'm like, fuck, I wasn't paying attention. That happens often too. It does, I admit it.
For sure.
But either way, that was my little spiel.
We are now in July.
We are.
I just realized because we skipped a week.
Happy belated 4th of July.
The last episode that came out was in June, so yeah, happy 4th. We are officially in the thick of the summer, and it's thickums.
This fucking humidity is thickums.
It is like it's thick outside. Like you walk outside and you're like,
yeah,
like it's hard to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we're in July, and we didn't see. Oh no, on the 4th of July, our neighbors did some fireworks. That was cool.
Our neighbor got fucking wasted and waited till about 10:30 at night to set off the biggest firework he had in his arsenal when I'm trying to sleep.
It was like the neighbor like across the street, like behind us, they were doing fireworks. Like he had a good amount.
Yeah.
That was cool. They stopped around like a little after 10, I feel like.
Yeah, we still have to try and make friends with them. They got a kidney pool.
Yeah, they got a nice ass pool.
Kidney shaped pool.
Kidney. We'll be friends one day.
Yeah.
I think the wife's name is also Ashley, so
yeah.
I don't know, we'll see about that.
They have boxers. I like boxers.
Yeah, so like kind of everybody around us stopped a little bit after 10. Normal, you know.
Not our neighbor.
And we were outside watching, what was it, like around 9:30?
Yeah.
Like when the sun finally fucking went down. And we were talking to our neighbor next door, or technically behind us, whatever.
Yeah.
And, yeah, he was definitely tipsy. And he was out there with his grandson, and they were setting off, like, little things. I don't know, what are they called?
Like bottle rockets and, like, little cakes. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah. What are the ones that, bzz, like
the little helicopter things? I don't know.
Ladybug?
I don't know. Maybe.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so whatever. They were doing their thing. We went back inside because we were getting eaten alive by mosquitoes and shit.
And I had work in the morning.
And yeah, Danny had to work. So we went to bed. Danny fell asleep. I was up for a little bit longer. Like, I'm hearing, you know, a little bit of fireworks in the distance, but then, what the fuck? The fucking cat just fell. What is happening? So then all of a sudden, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that sounds really close all of a sudden. And, like, I see it, like, in our bedroom windows, like, fucking lit up. Like, that sounds like it's literally in our backyard.
Yeah.
So, instead of getting up, I just checked the camera on that side of the house. And, I was like, this fucking guy literally sets off this huge fucking cake at 10:45 at night. Like, huge. Like, it was legit.
You see him light it, then run back into the driveway.
Yeah.
Like, hammered.
Like, what the fuck? But at least that was the end of it, and you also didn't wake up from it, right?
Yeah, no, I was exhausted.
I, like, screen recorded the camera.
Yeah.
Sent it to Danny. He's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a little ridiculous. And then, then the next day, July 5th, which was a Friday, we went to, like, an actual fireworks show. That was really good.
We had the best seats because we brought our camp chairs and just sat in the parking lot.
Yeah, just literally right behind my car.
We tried to sit on the grass, but like we weren't sure where they're gonna be setting the fireworks off. And the grass was like there's like bugs eating you alive. So we just sat in the parking lot.
Yeah, that was perfect.
And it was right above us. It was perfect. It was soothing. Took a little nap.
Very soothing fireworks show.
Yeah, I was exhausted. But
I started feeling Danny like twitch a little bit, and I look over and his eyes are closed. Still in the position of looking at the fireworks.
Yeah.
But closed.
Those camp chairs are very comfortable.
It was, I don't know, what was it, like, maybe like a 20-minute show? I don't know.
Like 30 minutes.
Yeah. It was like almost over, so I like nudged him. I'm like, you want to go? Or I'm like, I'll just stand up for a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the finale starts. I'm like, all right, pack it up. Let's go. Let's go. Let's beat the traffic out of here.
Yeah, there was a lot of cars. It was at a college, so like it was in like the college parking lot.
Yeah.
Which is like some other people also sat in the parking lot. Or you could sit like on the big lawn, whatever. They had some food trucks there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was cool. I like shows like that. I like seeing fireworks from a very far, safe distance.
Right.
But then I feel bad for the animals. That's the only downside for me.
There was also a 4th of July parade in Gatlinburg.
Was there?
Yeah, but that started at like midnight.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
And I wanted to do that too, but it was just not happening because of
midnight. Yeah. No.
I couldn't do midnight.
No.
I'm too old for that shit.
Well, when you gotta get up at 3 a.m. for work,
right.
That doesn't really work.
Exactly. But even though I fell asleep at the fireworks show, for what I did see, which was most of it, it was a really nice show. And it was free, so it's even better.
Yeah, it was nice. It was like not even 15 minutes from us.
Yeah. And then we're on the way home, and I'm like falling asleep again in the car. Ashley's driving. And right around the corner from our house.
Oh, yeah, that was that night.
That was that night.
Oh, my God.
I was absolutely, like, beat. I was exhausted. But, like I said, Ashley was driving because she hates getting in my Sonoma. And the dually's still down, so we're in her car. And, like, right around the corner from our house, there's a car parked in the middle of the road. Like, it's a 1 lane each way, tight, windy road right behind our house. And dude just parked 4 ways on.
Little fucking Honda.
A little Honda Civic. So we're going around him. I rolled down the window.
There was like 2 kids standing outside of the car, and it looked like the fucking wheel fell off.
Yeah. So like Ashley's rolling past real slow. I roll down the passenger window. I'm just like, I look at him like, shit. That's all
Literally.
I said.
And I'm just like rolling by very slowly because I'm thinking he's rolling down the window to ask them if they need help.
Yeah. And I was so tired. I just looked at him like, shit. And then she just keeps rolling.
What? Yeah, because it was like cars behind me. I'm like, what are we doing? Like, are we not going to ask them if they're okay? Like, what? And then, so Danny's like, yeah, all right, let me go.
I'm like, all right, just turn around. So she like, we pull onto the block. We turn around. She parks at the corner. I get out and I walk over to him. And like the typical smart ass that I am, I'm sorry, bud, but I walk up. I'm like, having a rough night. And I look at the situation. I assess what's going on. He's got the little Honda Civic. Like, picture the first Fast and Furious, the black with the green underglow, neon green underglow Honda Civics. One of those. And it's like static, slammed to the ground. And basically what happened was his front driver's wheel, all of the lug nuts loosened up and the wheel just came off. So the front left corner of the car was just sitting on the ground. Like rocker, like not rockers, a cross member, like the whole frame just sitting on the floor. And the front tire is just propped up on the front bumper.
You know, he's lucky he didn't go in that ditch.
Yeah. Next to the fucking dead groundhog. Or beaver, whatever the fuck it is. But, so I'm like looking at it, I'm like, all right, so do you have any like tools or anything? And he's like, nah, man, not really. I'm like, okay. I'm like, look, I live right on a corner. I'll be right back. I'm going to go home. I'll grab my floor jack, my impact gun, a light, and we'll get this taken care of. Like, we'll get you out of the middle of the road. That's, at least I can do that because it's not safe. His friend showed up at that point. I guess he was leaving his friend's house, whatever. Like, from what I gathered, the wheel felt a little wobbly, so he turned around to go back to his friend's house to see what was going on, and that's when the wheel just fell off. All 4 lug nuts, couldn't find them. He had no idea where they were. So I said, you know, at least we can do is just take 1 lug nut from every other wheel, so you're riding on 3 lug nuts on those, and you have 3 on this one. And you can get home or wherever you're going. How far is home? He's like, it's not that far, like right down the road, whatever. I said, fine. I'll be right back. Ashley drove me home. I got my jack, my impact gun, like whatever. Went back and, you know, his buddy parked his car at the turn with his hazards on. So people knew, like, slow down, like stuff going on up here.
Yeah.
And turns out he's missing a lug nut on another wheel too. So like we just put 2, we took 1 off each wheel on the other side of the car. We put 2 lug nuts on it, and like we picked the car up. It's a little Honda Civic. We picked the front of the car up, put the jack underneath it, jack it up, put it like 2 lug nuts on there. We tried to put a spare on, but the spare, like the studs were bent. Like I don't fucking know what he did. But we put the other wheel that fell off back on so he can hopefully carefully drive it back to his buddy's house, which he said was right down the road, like less than a mile.
Yeah. It's definitely a little wobbly still.
Yeah, but 2 lug nuts is better than 0. And he wasn't going far. I said, yo, just go slow. Don't, like, especially around these turns, just take it easy. Like,
yeah.
And then a tow truck was coming. But at least now he's not in the middle of the road. Like it's late at night, it's dark, it's
literally on a curve.
And I was like, look, man, just all I ask, just pay it forward. You know, I was in a tough spot a couple weeks ago at Buc-ee's and they came over, they helped me, got my truck running. Just pay it forward. That's all I ask.
Yeah.
Because like, you know, it's just do a good turn, help somebody out, just pay it forward. That's, you know. I've been in that situation, not that exact situation, but like, you know, it's nice when someone just randomly comes up and helps you. They don't have to. Like, it just,
yeah,
pay it forward. You see someone on the side of the road with a flat tire and you got a jack, help them out.
Right.
So I don't know. I hope he got there safely. But he said his parents were coming. There's a tow truck on the way, but at least they can go to his friend's house and tow his car back home or whatever. And
yeah.
Don't know what happened after I left. I just know that he was able to roll out of there. So
yeah. Yeah, he was moving.
Yeah. He was actually asking me about your car. He's like, oh man, I didn't know this was a Nismo. I'm like, yeah, she likes nice cars. I like shitty ones.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at least give the kid a little bit of hope that there's still good people in the world.
Right.
And, you know, it could have, you know, if somebody was not paying attention coming around that road before his friend got there, like,
yeah,
they could have very easily hit him or something.
Like I said, these are very tight, one lane each way, windy roads, and he was just parked. Like he couldn't move. His front-wheel drive car was missing one of the front tires. Like he was laying on the ground.
Yeah, literally.
So
that's all we saw when we drove past. Like, is he missing a wheel? Like, what the fuck happened?
yeah, his brake rotor was on the ground, and I'm just like, shit. But again, I realized, like, after we drove past, I'm like, wait, no, I can go back and help him. We can just do this, and this, and we'll get him on his way.
Yeah, especially, like, we're literally around the corner.
Yeah.
Like, you have the tools. Like, we can make this kid's life a little bit easier tonight. Like,
right. He took the spare out of the trunk, and the spare had no air in it. I'm like, bro, like, I could take this back to my house real quick and
like,
put
now
air
I'm
in
gonna
it.
take this tire and put air in it.
I have an air compressor. I can put air in it and come back, or you could just roll up to my driveway and we could just throw air in it real quick. Like, I was helping this kid out the best I could.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and all I asked was just pay it forward.
Yeah.
Somebody out there is having a rough day. The least you could do is just be kind to them and just help them out.
Yeah.
I'm not saying give them $100, but just, it's the little things that really add up.
Yeah, if you are able, you know,
Yeah.
do what you can. Yeah. Yeah, it happens. And like you said, if, you know, you've been in that situation, or like if you are in that situation again, then maybe there will be somebody that will help you again, or, you know, like, that's not why you do it.
Yeah.
But like, it's just nice to have people that are still willing, and, you know.
You've seen my Sonoma. I'll definitely be in that situation again at some point.
Don't say it. Yeah, my ass had to come pick you up at fucking 4 a.m. on the side of the interstate.
And I paid it forward. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Yeah. Anyway.
Or the time we were going to a car show, blew a brake line. Had to hop in with Scalzo. My dad came and picked up my truck.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That happens.
It does. But again, that's my advice for today, guys. Pay it forward.
Pay it forward. We used to have something in my school that was called like a club. Never mind. I don't remember anything about it. Are you done with your story?
I am.
Okay, cool. That was a good story. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you want to do our what did we eat this week before we end this thing?
Yeah, I was going to say, we will end this episode with a segment. What did we eat this week? I got to tell you guys, we have been literally bashing the fuck out of all the food around here because we haven't been satisfied or happy with what we've been spending money on as far as food goes.
We're picky, you know? We came from fucking Long Island.
We're not fucking picky. We just want good food that tastes good.
Yeah. It's not a lot to ask for, I don't think.
Right, exactly.
But, yeah. Very unsatisfied thus far. But...
Right. Until yesterday. So, We went to Costco because Ashley loves bringing me to Costco on the weekend. Just kidding. That's the only time I have time to go. So
I would go during the week, but
yeah,
you know,
I hate going to grocery stores. I hate going to stores in general on a weekend.
it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't,
right?
because we got there 40 minutes before they closed.
Like 30,
Yeah,
20.
we ran through that fucking place
Yeah.
while buying some pretty good things we got to try out. Some hot honey barbecue sauce and some seasonings for some, like, I'm getting pretty good on the grill, guys. Gotta say, I make a fucking mean burger. So either way, that's the story for another time. But after Costco, we were like, should we get Costco pizza and a hot dog? Like, we look at the clock and they close in 2 minutes. We're not getting that. So across the street, literally drive out of the Costco parking lot, go across the street, you will be in the parking lot for Gus's world famous fried chicken.
You have to double check that title.
Yes.
World famous.
Not just in Tennessee, but I looked it up on the map. They're in like St. Louis, Missouri. They're in Chicago, other places.
Michigan, I think.
I think like it was two in Michigan.
Random.
Like right down the road from each other. Really weird, but yes.
We've been wanting to try it.
We've heard good things.
Yeah. We saw it was across the street from the Costco we go to, and
Danny loves chicken.
heard really good things. And we finally tried it. Because also, Costco is like 30 to 40 minutes away, depending on traffic. So it's like either we'd have to go there and eat before we go to Costco, which we didn't have time for this time, or because then if you buy anything refrigerated or frozen at Costco, you got to go straight home.
Right.
So we didn't have anything perishable this time.
Right.
So we're like, fuck it, let's go.
And I must tell you, it was absolutely worth the trip across the street from Costco. I'm telling you,
delicious.
If you have the opportunity to go to a Gus's world famous fried chicken, go.
Yeah.
And it was the best chicken that we've got down here.
What'd you get?
I obviously got chicken tendies, but that's not the point. I got 3 chicken tenders with baked beans and fries, and everything was just incredible.
Full of flavor.
Yeah, like the flavor in this chicken was absolutely incredible. And it comes with a piece of white bread too. That's just like their tradition. It says it on the napkin dispenser, the whole story behind it. I can't recite the whole story right now, but go to Gus's, read the story on the napkin dispenser. It's got the whole deal with the white bread. Yeah. But what did you get? I
got I really like their menu, I just have to say, because you can like kind of piece things together. Like, it was nice. I just got the bone-in chicken breast.
Yeah.
And then I got coleslaw and potato salad on the side.
Yeah.
The chicken breast was outrageous. Like, the flavor on it was so juicy and like just amazing. Fucking
huge too.
It was huge, yeah. That's why, like, I wasn't like starving, so I'm like, I'll just get the one, and like it was plenty. Like, I was very satisfied with it was a very big piece of chicken with a lot of meat on it. And then the coleslaw was so good.
I was gonna say, you were raving about that coleslaw so much. I actually tried it.
Yeah.
I don't eat coleslaw, but I tried it and I was like, wow, that's actually really good.
Yeah. It was like, I took a bite and I was like, oh my God. Like, if you're a fan of coleslaw, like, that's exactly what you want coleslaw to taste like.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't too like tangy, like it was like creamy, it was not too big of chunks, like it was so freaking good.
Yeah.
And the potato salad was good too. right up my alley. It was one of those that had a lot of hard-boiled egg. So like it was yellow, like very eggy, which is like it was good, but just not. I wasn't like,
not your favorite.
Not my favorite type. But yeah, still really good. But I was just shocked at the amount of flavor and everything.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, a food place that actually has flavor.
Our biggest concern or our biggest complaint down here has just been like the lack of flavor. And when I bit into those chicken tenders, I'm like, holy shit. Like they actually have really good, and it was juicy. It wasn't like dried out. These chicken tenders were fucking huge.
That too. They were, yeah.
Like 3 chicken tenders, a couple fries, and some beans filled me up.
Yeah.
And like it was more than like a couple. It wasn't like they weren't stingy with the food. Let's just like it was. I got a plate. That's what it was like. Three tenders, fries, and beans.
Yeah. Yeah. That. Like I said, that's why I like the menu too, because like there's all those different options. Like you can get plates with like, however, like 2 pieces of white meat or 2 pieces of dark meat, the 3 tenders, 4 tenders, the 2 sides, whatever. Or you could literally they had like the a la carte or whatever.
Yeah.
You could just get like 1 or 2 pieces of whatever you want.
Yeah.
And then get your sides separate. And it seemed like a little bit pricey at first, but it really wasn't. Like
no.
For the amount that you get.
And for the quality that you get.
Yeah.
The flavor that you get.
So worth it.
It's worth every penny.
And they also, I think the only appetizers they had was fried okra, fried pickles, or fried green tomatoes.
Yeah.
I think that was all they had for appetizers.
Yeah,
right?
that was it.
Which I would enjoy.
I'm not a fan of the fried okra.
The fried okra, not so much.
Yeah, no.
But fried pickles, absolutely. Fried green tomatoes, or even, yeah. A big thing they do here is the fried pickle spears. A lot of places do the spears.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I don't know what I like better. I like them both. But yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah.
I kind of want to try their dessert next time.
Yeah. If you're able to stop in and go there, I highly recommend it. It's worth the trip. Make a trip to go there. Don't just, not if you're just driving past, like plan to go there and get food. And you'll enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, just, let me know.
Yeah. We said we're kind of glad it's not like around the corner from us.
Right.
It's a good thing.
Yeah. I honestly feel like the flavor kind of reminded me of Five Brothers Chicken and Waffles.
A little bit.
In Medford. Like it was a little heat with the chicken tenders.
Yeah, like a little kick. It was like a little crisp on the outside.
Right. Juicy on the inside.
Yeah, and it wasn't like it's not breading.
Right.
It's just like a coating. Like I don't know what that's called, but like it's not breading.
Yeah. I don't know.
So good.
I don't know what they use for
and
their
they had
flavor.
good ranch.
Very,
just saying.
Very good ranch. I don't know what they use, but I don't really care. I just want to go back and eat it more, get more of it. It was so good. But that
wraps it up.
That wraps it up. That wraps up our What Did We Eat this week. That wraps up this episode. And I'm not going to promise, but I'm going to say we will have another episode next Tuesday at 8 a.m. I don't see any reason why we won't in the foreseeable future. Maybe even a guest star, possibly, potentially, allegedly. We don't know.
Yeah, soon.
We are making plans with that, though. But we'll see. Mm-hmm. Besides that,
thanks for coming.
New episodes every Tuesday at 8 a.m. on all of your major podcast platforms. That will be Amazon, Spotify, not Pandora, Apple, Pandora too? Okay, sure. And then on Wednesday on YouTube, this is Danny. If you want to reach out to me, Instagram at Next Station Ronkonkoma, at Danny. Leave a comment, send a message. I'll get it eventually. Ashley just has to forward it to me. If you want to reach out to Ashley, any questions, concerns, comments about this amazing podcast, at Next Station Ronkonkoma, at Ashley. And who's fucking?
Who's fucking?